Check your 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Make sure everything is clear and everything is functioning as it's supposed to with that gun, right?
Down the action. Close the slide. Let's grab one. Most of your guns should allow this to go right in the holster. So this is just merely a way for us to all see that the guns are inert. As we continue, let's make sure good body posture, trigger finger discipline, all that stuff stays the same. The mental process that you're going through still should stay the same. Dry fire, you should do exactly like live fire. The only thing missing should be loud noises and bullet holes.
Ready, move. Instructors watching.
The reason that we're making you do this, guys, is we're going to be moving around so much with loaded guns this weekend.
Anytime that break that gun down completely, and I use that term a lot, break the gun down, meaning it's not presented, right? Some kind of form of breaking it down, which could be any of these. Anytime I break that gun down fully, where it's straight up or straight down, it's usually because there's nothing that I need to be hunting with my pistol, or there's people that around me or things around me that I don't want to point at, and I don't have the room to have that gun at more of a hunting position.
1, 2, 3, right? Position 3 is what? What do we call position 3? Yeah, it's kind of compressed ready, right? What's this? This? Let's just say low, right? But is it low? What if the bad guy's there on the ground, right? So contextual, right? Low means you're pointing below the thing that you have interest in. I'm pointing above it, right? But maybe the thing's in the tree. So don't get wrapped around the concept of, guys will say things like 45 degrees. Well, if I start walking towards you, at some point 45 degrees is your dick.
So the hunting position is, I can be lower, or I can be higher, kind of oriented in that direction without pointing directly at something. But then my buddy comes, I'm up or I'm down, because there's no reason to even try to cheat that direction. I don't try to cheat close to my buddy, right? That's the bold movements we're talking about. And then everything in between is just according to what you see. So if I'm the first man hunting something, obviously you could walk like this, right? But what's the pitfalls of walking with your gun fully extended in a place that has blind corners or something of that nature?
To make it grab it.
Right? You're kind of presenting and giving access to your gun to whatever you don't know about yet, right? I come around this thing and my gun is here before I am, and I'm kind of saying, hey, let's fight over this gun, which I don't want to do that. That's not fun, right? So I would bring it down to a more of a hunting position, lower or higher, depending on what you want, without impeding my ability to see the things I need to see, where I'm stepping, information that I'm getting around from the environment, right?
All this stuff is just you being able to dominate the muzzle.
Extremely up, extremely down. There's more. I have to have the gun out. I know I'm gonna have to have the gun in use shortly from now, so I don't need to holster it. I need to have it out, but there's nothing to be hunting right now because my environment says so. And then everything else is I'm hunting, or I'm putting the damn thing away because I don't need to do anything else anymore, right? So be aware of that, and you're gonna go between them regularly. I'm hunting, but my buddy did something I didn't anticipate that he was going to do, and he moved in front of me, or he had to go over here. So I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to go around my buddy. Maybe one-handed, maybe two-handed. Depends on you. Or what do you need to do? Break my grip to open a door? Maybe.
So odds, high port, odds, come down to your target. Go ahead. Turn 180. You're going 180 degrees, so that means you're going to go all the way around till your penis is facing the penis in front of you. That's a weird way to look at it, but that's just the way my brain works. All right, you guys walk back to the line. Evens, come on out with your gun in that depressed position. Come on out, Evens. Do the same thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
So that's what we're doing, and I know that sounds real simple, but simple doesn't mean easy, right? We got to be able to manage it on the fly and go to those areas without thinking about it, because obviously it's going to be hard to do all the things that are involved with you defending yourself or others if you have to think all the time like, what is my muzzle doing? Oh, gotta watch it, gotta watch it. I got other things I need to think of. So I need a default system that goes low or high or hunting as the environment allows.
Punch your gun out and get a sight picture. Which position is that in the draw stroke sequence? 4. Compress into 3. So where's your body posture? Strong base underneath the gun, ass back, just like you were going to box, just like you were going to jog, just like you were playing basketball or soccer, a strong athletic stance. Go to low ready. Punch it up, get a sight picture. Go to high ready. High ready, your eyes drives the gun. High ready, you should still be able to have 2 hands on the gun. Don't block your vision. So drive the gun out when I say go. So your eyes drive the gun. Put your eyes on whatever it is you're looking at. When I say go, punch the gun out. Go. Go to low ready. Finger straight. No, we don't break the gun down into some weird James Bond shit. Zee was just talking about not needing to connect the gun to your head. There's a big controversy of, is high port valuable? It's probably not a good default, but if I need to point my gun in this space because it's the only spot I can point the gun, but I'm not going to just like draw my gun out and walk around like this. If I don't need the gun out, why wouldn't I put it away, right? But if I'm here and I've got to move someplace, I might need to point it up for a bit. One thing I noticed on the last time we were down here, we worked a lot of high muzzle positions. And it burned into some people's brains where when we were over there doing TCCC drills, there were people down on the ground and the instructors would come up and push their gun down. You get too locked into this gun's safe. So I'm down here now.
Or this.
Yeah, or that. So we can't ever just get connected to, I'm a low ready guy. Well, that's great until your 6-year-old comes out, right? If I say low ready, you don't do this. What is this? Did we teach you this? No. This is a Colorado thing? Where is he? Tell him John Paul's looking for him. What is this? What does this do for us?
Nothing.
With a little at the end? No, that's not helping us. The difference between these low or high positions and compressed ready, what's the difference? Well, compressed, I'm pointing the gun at something, right? It's a distance problem, which we'll work on this weekend with the combative stuff, right? Come here. John, right?
Yep.
So like low ready, compressed, right? Now I know this guy's a problem. I know I'm pointing my gun at him, but I don't want him to take it, right? And that compress can get to where we're so compressed, I'm trying to hide the gun with my body, right? And put structure between it. Get the point? So contextually, the difference is, you can move away, Van Halen's pretty rad. Contextually is, I know this person needs a gun pointed at him, or I've decided to. Where's Bronca? Can you get in trouble to point a gun at somebody if you shouldn't have, or don't have a good story about why you did it?
It's good for 20 years.
20 years?
Yep.
In what states? All of them?
Just about all of them.
Compressed ready. The gun is just compressed straight back in, under your eye. So we got a 2-hand grip. Did you hear that? I didn't know that. So you could be convicted up to 20-year sentence. In this day and age, you probably would be served a steak dinner after the cop let you go. But
We wouldn't.
No, we wouldn't.
no,
We
you're right. You're right. But did you hear what he said though? 20 years. I think, is it Maryland that it's called intentional frightening if you even do this? Punch it out. Go to high ready. So high ready means that you're not going to shoot this target in front of you, right? High ready.
The moment you make someone else aware that you have a gun for the purpose of changing their behavior, it's arguably aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And that's good for 20 years. You don't have to draw the gun.
So when we think about the context of ready positions out here, so remember, you guys are here because the whole overarching goal is to win in violence and help if there's some type of calamity where people are inflicting violence on others. Tactical, combat, casualty, care, right? TCCC, the tactical part comes first or last or in the middle. Low ready. Punch it out. Snap the gun to where you want it to go. Drive the gun to where you're looking. You got to see the sights, but you want to be seeing where you want to drive the gun to, right? If you throw a baseball, do you look at the ball?
No.
What do you look at?
Where you want it to go.
Compress back to 3. Just compress straight back in. Nothing moves. You're just bringing the gun straight back in. Punch it out. So we have to have good tactics first. If there's a school shooting and you keep hearing about these parents trying to go into places and we see the cops are stopping them and people think that they're horrible people, do you show up to some crazy thing and all of a sudden deduce everything happening? Just a bunch of crazy nonsense and you're like, oh, I know what's happening. Do you? Of course the answer is no, right? Hey, what the is happening? Now you take a building that's got rooms and hundreds of people. It might take months to actually figure out what all happened, right? So the tactical part of it is making good choices. In some senses, those parents, well, yeah, I'd want to run into a building too. What are they running into? I don't know, right? So these problems that we'll work on solving, first thing we do is suppress the threat. Not get shot, not shoot the wrong person. I saved him, but I shot him. They were both my friends. I'm not going to sleep well the rest of my life. Punch it out. We want to develop good body posture as we're doing this so that we don't have to mount the gun and then build like a good ass back, weight onto the toes. Let's add one more thing. So if I'm ready, what does that mean? It doesn't mean I'm just standing a certain way with my gun out. I'm ready to shoot. So body posture, do we have to stand a certain way? Nope. So some principles, not techniques. I want to drive weight forward into the gun. You don't need a lot. Who's shooting anything other than a 9? Check it out. Whoop, whoop. See that? So if I'm doing this and I have to punch the gun out, you don't need a lot. So just think about as you're moving, quite simply, am I in a position that I can move, see, dominate the space around me? Like, you know, with this feet, would I look like I'm in a good fighting position? Oh, just stand. Here's, I think, the simplest way to think about it. You're about to take off running. Not like a sprinter on a track, but you got to move. How would you stand? Do it. Do it now. Do it. You got to move, right? You're going to base out a little bit. Your weight probably, if you're used to any kind of movement, is going to come forward onto the front of your feet. Yes? And we around with this, but we're going to be shooting from 900 different positions, so I don't want to require myself to have to stand a certain way, because we're going to be shooting like this, 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 we're going to be shooting with one arm tied up. So we don't want to build a system that requires us to have something that we're never going to have.
Switch. When it's safe to do so, meaning you got the clearance.
It's not just about you and your muzzle. It's about everywhere that muzzle's pointed.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Might you be breathing right now? Finding some calm in what you're doing?
Switch. Switch. When you're on the line, just hold what you got when you're walking down the line. Switch. Keep moving.
Hey, if you train with a firearm, if you carry a firearm, if you teach people firearms, the barrel block, you should get one. We keep a whole bucket of them in our range trailer. Quite simply what it is, it blocks the barrel, just as the name states, and at the end is a cartridge molded into the plastic. In this case, it's a 9mm. They come in different calibers. You just install it right into the barrel, plugs the barrel up, makes it completely inert. It's orange so everybody can see it. Of course, when using it, you're still ingraining good habits of muzzle discipline and trigger finger control. And then it comes with a magazine follower block, which allows the student to practice things like manipulating the slide, manipulating the magazine without the follower locking the slide to the rear. Super simple, super easy to use, made in the USA. You saw how easy I put it in. That's how easy it comes out. And they come for rifles as well. Check them out, Barrel Blok.